Hello. Today I want to tell you about my latest build that, in my opinion, is the best and cheapest league starter I've ever had. This build carries me through the campaign really fast and especially excels at juiced map farming, but also could do bosses without problems. In this video I want to describe two different setups of the build. One is more defense oriented and a little bit cheaper, and another one is damage oriented and more expensive. So the main and the most important skill in the build is a new Guardian Ascendancy skill named Radiant Crusade that allows me to summon incredibly slow Sentinel with build and Righteous Fire. It's very slow and cannot be supported by support gems. In this video I'll show how you can get more than 6 million DPS with it. So first of all, here's my skill tree. I've got as much minion life from it as possible because Sentinel's damage scales with its life. The most used skill of the build is Convocation, so you have to take Mastery that increases its cooldown recovery. I also replaced all my small intelligence nodes with Tattoo of the Hinekora Warmonger, which gives minions plus 6% extra life. I use Elegant Hubris gem with Supreme Ostentation that allows me to ignore all stats and cover all small stats nodes with tattoos. I also took a Spell Suppression Circle because I need lucky Spell Suppression Mastery from it. Also it gives me a small amount of energy shield when I suppress spells. I also allocated a small block circle and restore 50 energy shield on spell block. Here are my skill gems. The main one aside from Sentinel itself is Convocation. I use it a lot because the Sentinel is really slow. Then I use Specters. Currently I use Carnage Chieftain for frenzy charges, Zopha's Loyal and Pale Seraphim for debuffs. I really love the new Guardian Blessing in its anomalous version that gives extra 2% of Regan. I also use Wave of Conviction with Combustion to lower resistances and Infernal Cry to lower them even more with covering the enemy in ash. As you can see, I don't need and I don't use 6 linked armor. Here is my Animate Guardian setup. Currently I use Gruthkal's Pelt for massive life regeneration, Legacy of Fury for Scorch, Dying Breath for some damage, and Eye of Malice to lower enemies' resistances even further down. I also use Rare Gloves with a 20% increased life regeneration rate that gives an extra few percent of life regeneration that helps to sustain Anomalous Guardian Blessing. In a more defensive and much cheaper version of the build you don't need a Manima's Gaze or Darkness Enthroned. Just use another unique belt, the Burden of Truth. It's a really good solution for almost any hybrid build that uses both life and energy shield. The belt gives you the Supreme Decadence effect and allows you to heal both your life and energy shield with life flasks. But more importantly, it splits all damage between your life and energy shield and allows both energy shield and life regeneration work all the time. It's absolutely incredible how tankier the build feels with this belt. In case you want more damage, you can find this belt with increased Malevolence Aura effect. And in case you want even more defenses, then you can swap Malevolence Aura with Discipline or Grace. Such build variants provide even more survivability with good damage, so such setup might be preferable for doing juiced maps. And of course I will add PoB for all build variants in the video description. So all in all, playing this build feels incredibly enjoyable. Good survivability and awesome clearing capabilities alongside various customization options made it even better. So if you have some questions about the build, feel free to ask anything, I'll gladly answer.